people will treat it as a transaction, then it's very hard for them to actually break in or join on a successful basis. But it's very much there to have a long-term inclusion. And this is where you really get to see the full picture.
Martians landed.
Yes.
Wearing Prada suits.
Yes.
Drinking Henry's seltzer.
Yes.
Chewing juicy fruit.
Yes, and?
Your branding here.
Yes, brand.
Your message here.
Yes, and?
A verse about
Yes.
your product here.
Yes.
I'm Hersh Rephun.
Yes, and?
I'm a message therapist.
Yes.
And I have a podcast.
Yes, brand.
That's right, that's it.
Yes.
We'll help you fix the world.
Yes.
Or your bottom line.
All right.
Your bottom line.
Get it. I get it. Welcome to the Yes Brand Podcast.
So Taqua, tell me where you're at today. Where are you in the world?
I'm right here in the heart of Dubai, a bit
Yeah,
chilled for us in our terms. That is a bit lower than 20 degrees, which is considered a bit cold.
right.
It's a beautiful time of the year, Hirsch, because
Yeah.
this is the time where, in addition to New Year's resolution and everything that comes with that, it's the time where the city, the country gets at its busiest. We get to meet
Mm.
people from all over the world. They come and enjoy the moderate, cool winter we have. And so many of them come with plans, possibly to stay longer or to explore more than they initially planned. And you just get yourself talking to people who could crossroads with you, hopefully in a few years to come, because everyone is in exploration mode. I really like it. So there's something to add to the January, February time of the year. That's where we are.
So we are. I am talking with Taqua Malik, who is the founder and CEO of FreedomVisory. If you ask yourself what you know about a different culture or a place you've never been or a place you want to do business, she's a cultural intelligence advisor and a writer on GCC law, etiquette, and Arabic business culture. Taqua helps global businesses, founders, and public entities navigate the unwritten rules behind deals, disputes, diplomacy in the Gulf. It's an area that I've been very curious about, but have not yet been. And we were just talking about the timing of a new year and the seasons there. When you mentioned Taqua, 20 degrees, you were probably speaking in Celsius,
Celsius.
which
Yeah.
which it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit here in Iowa. So it's quite a difference. But anyway, we'll get into that. Welcome to the Yes Brand podcast.
Thank you so much, Hersh. So nice to be in your podcast. And it's a pleasure to talk to you and to your audience. And my warmest wishes for everyone with a successful, happy, healthy, prosperous 2026 for them and their loved ones. And thanks so much for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so great to have you on.
Mm.
Um, what is the first of all, who is your audience that you're speaking to this year?
My audience, if I'm going to talk to a one defined persona in the marketing language,
Yeah, yeah.
um, he or she is a decision maker, a leader who's in charge of global expansion into the Middle East, forward slash, they could be a founder of their own business coming in to the GCC region, UAE, Saudi, Qatar, Kuwait, or it can be someone who's already based here but holds the responsibility of global teams that operate across different time zones.
Yeah.
This person is operating in an area that has a really high context, mood of communication. Not everything is said. Culture is a very strong player, no clear rule book to it, and it weighs in really heavily when it comes to making some big decisions. This is the
Yeah.
person whom I'm helping. I help them to decode, to read things clearly, to get to know and understand the language behind the language, and just connect genuinely and correctly with the local Arabic audiences and avoid the silent missteps that could break their deals.
Now, it's one thing to understand how to deal with people and even to have come from a certain culture and understand that culture in ways that people who are entering it for the first time do not. But
Mm.
what are the elements in your background that lent themselves to forming Freedom Visory?
Very good question. Thank you, Hersh. It's the story right from the beginning, from birth. Um, in Riyadh since birth, Saudi, and spent over 20 years over there with the family, where Saudi was quite different, not the Saudi we know now. Um, that time was a time that everything that relates to life, school, business was fully 100% in Arabic. The
Mm,
language, the culture, the life, communication, and everything that comes with that. The English was something on the side, but because my parents made it something so big and it was their visionary mission, how I like to think about it, is to look at the English as something that would really go big in few years to come. It's going to be the language of science and business. And in addition to the native Arabic language and understanding, that mix came into full use when the years went by. When I moved to Dubai in 2009, I come from a medical background, but
yeah.
found myself working in law firms in the very first weeks of my career life. And all because back in the day, they needed someone who would help with translating some of the main laws in the GCC region from English to Arabic and vice versa. And off we go to a 15 years of professional career within law firms, serving international clients, helping with contracts, documents, translation, proofreading, court system, and everything that's involved into how a law firm would operate. And of
Yeah.
course, Hirsch, it's an environment that has a very low tolerance to mistakes,
Hmm.
an environment that demands seriously high standards of professionalism, delivery, attention. And this is where by practice, and some of my good friends around me, they thought that um, that's something that I've been doing, let's say casually, very much on the side. It wasn't something that I ever thought that I will do professionally, but I got that skill noticed that it's not
Hmm.
just the law, it's the culture, it's the understanding, it's what's written and what's hidden. And it just started from that. So this is like in a nutshell how this whole thing started with Freedom Advisory.
Yeah. One word that comes to mind, um, and we'll talk through it because it has many layers, is pressure. Pressure because uh, I I think that there's a lot of reasons, obviously, for people in business to come into the Middle East with some lack of awareness, some confusion, and also some innate pressure. Because, as you pointed out, Taqua, the stakes are often very high. The potential is great, which adds more pressure. There's conflict in the Middle East that is pretty much a constant on some level. It's a heightened state of awareness that exists. And yet there is so much that is happening, flourishing, growing in this last several years in particular, um, decade or longer. Uh, how do you describe the the UAE, for example, when people say, okay, I've heard a lot of wonderful things, my company is doing this, I'm going to be, this will be my first exposure, what should I know?
So the UAE and the GCC in general, Hirsch, holds a significant, unmistakable economic value, plan, and a future. It's a very interesting point in time that we see everything growing so fast, and it's like getting ahead of itself. It's racing against time. Everything is happening like on a very much bigger scale. But coming back to the point that you just mentioned, there is absolutely and definitely that presence which varies in the level of density and visibility of the local Arabic culture, depending
Mm,
on the economic context around it. So, take for example, um, I'm here in an area in Dubai, it's the heart of Dubai, that has more Arabic feeling to it rather than if you would head to the southern part.
mhm,
Like you feel that there is more of an Arabic culture present here more than there. In business context, this means there is no one size fits all. There is that very delicate difference between who's residing here, what type of community is there, the composition of this neighborhood, that neighborhood. It's different everywhere.
yeah.
So a single decision could really make or break a business because it's not just the numbers, it's not just the potential, it's not just the target market. It's the culture, the location, the place, the things that are unsaid.
Mhm.
Um, that said, and this is not to scare people off, but you may think of it as a proven recipe for businesses who are expanding to belong. Because this is a
Yeah.
place of long-term thinking. It's a place for people to really be part of the society and the agenda of the country to grow and develop. And it welcomes and encourages everything that is going to be there for years and generations to come. It's beautifully included within the mindset that it's not just a transaction, because if people would treat it as a transaction, then it's very hard for them to actually break in or join on a successful basis. But it's very much there to have a long-term inclusion. And this is where you really get to see the full picture, get very conveniently into the right rooms, have the name of the business mentioned and referenced within trusted circles, because you invest in your presence in the right way. You're not here to
Mm.
sign a contract and fly out. You're actually going to be here to be part of the story and add your innovation to it. This is the ideal way how a business that's looking to expand should think about this region.
Wow, that is so beautifully articulated, Taqua. Not to embarrass you by lavishing praise, but the fact is,
Thank you.
what it really struck me is, when you mention the things that are unsaid, and if you're trying to do business in any market. Any market. It doesn't matter if I'm trying to do business in the East Coast versus the West Coast of the United States. It's all about doing your research and doing understanding the way things are done and all of this stuff. But it isn't a superficial or a cosmetic attitude that you have to adopt
Yeah.
or something like that. It's really being aware of these nuances, being aware of what is going on beneath the surface and what the history is and what the evolutions are, and coming into it with an appreciation of these things. I can see where we're coming in that way based on what you said, knowing nothing else, but hearing just that piece that you shared and going, oh, okay, I see what I have to do now to approach this the right way. It isn't a list of behaviors or a list of things. Don't say this, don't say that. Stand at this time, sit at this time. Um,
Yeah.
you know, there are cultural, norms and behaviors and etiquette, but the idea of I see this isn't a rushed kind of this isn't a power play. It isn't me coming in and dropping the facts down and laying down the law, or coming in and being very deferential. It's about getting real and getting invested and having a sense of where you are. But what you said it just really settled with me and settled me in a way, I'm like just no just coming there and saying, uh, you know, whether I was coming, sometimes my wife travels but she's been there for her work. But if I were to go with her for something, it's not even necessarily about my own business. It would be, just how to appreciate it, and understand where people are coming from. So thank you for sharing that. Um, I also would love to know, uh, when you're setting up a business like yours, what is involved? Because we talk obviously on Yes Brand about the guest's brand as well. So Freedom Visory is a brand, and you are a brand in yourself. So how do you go about establishing that in your marketplace?
Yeah. Now that's a bit of a challenging question, Hirsch, because I see myself on Freedom Advisory as a startup that is figuring out its way
Yeah,
to uh, provide value, to be there at the right position for it in the market, and we keep iterating and we keep adjusting, and it has to go very agile, all in an effort to serve that purpose, is to add immense value to whoever is interested to know and learn about this particular subject, the Arabic culture
yeah,
in business. So, as the same with every startup, every founder, every business that is being established completely from scratch, I had my fair share of setbacks, failures, and wrong decisions, and we keep learning. But one of the things that I now see rewarding me so generously, Hirsch, is to give unconditionally, share the awareness, share the knowledge without holding back. Come from a place of abundance. That's something I'm actually applying now. And I think I'm taking it really seriously because everything that I do, the podcast appearances, the newsletter, on my LinkedIn, I look at the receiver of this as someone who knows nothing. So it has to go simple, it has to go meaningful, it has to go value packed. From there, great things happen on the back of that. And I think this is what sustained me. This is now the fifth year in business. It would sustain me to keep growing and continuing and not to burn out because
Yeah.
you feel that you're making someone's day, you're solving a problem, you're getting them that aha moment. And for them, it could be something that is so simple. Like for you, it's stating the obvious, but for them, it
Right.
should be like a fully shifting idea altogether. It could protect them from so much. And for them, it like a lot is associated with that. So from there, I would continue to go into articulating that into a business offering on the basis of sharing, educating, teaching unconditionally. I like that. I'm happy with it, and it aligns very much with me and everything that I do, and it creates beautiful connections. You get to feel
Yeah.
that happiness, and people feel more safe and inclined to talk and to open up and to share what's challenging them and what's going wrong and things they're afraid of. It's so good to be in that position of trust. It means everything. I think this is
Yeah.
what defines me and Freedom Advisory and everything that is being now happening in the business and hopefully to a growing phase soon.
Yeah. Well, and I'm glad you mentioned the newsletter, the Souk Secrets, if I'm saying it properly.
Yes, you do.
Um,
You do.
but
Thank you.
share, I really enjoy it. Share with the
Mm.
audience a little bit about what you touched on it, but maybe elaborate a little bit because I really, and we'll tell people where they can sign up as well. But
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
Hersh. This coming from you means so much. So
Oh,
I'm so grateful. So the Souk secrets. Um, For those who are yet to know the souk, though I think most of women in the audience would know what a souk is. It's traditional local market, and souk is an Arabic word that means literally as is the traditional local market. Secrets are those tiny nuggets that are not said but felt that would really make or break a business transaction or business dealing. It ranges from an etiquette to a ritual to a mindset to an action, but it's always under 60 seconds to read. Short, to the point,
yeah.
and native from the heart of the region, from a person who's seen it in different contexts. Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Dubai time. And it's something I'm very proud of, Hirsch. I can't tell you how traction this newsletter is receiving and how people are very happy to read about it. Just it's a big commitment, not to lie about it, but it's very rewarding experience. So yeah, we started on December 1st, and whoever is going to subscribe will be able to go back to the archive and see all the previous issues. And it's there for everyone who wants just to learn a bit more about the souk and how to do the trade here the right way.
Yeah, well, congratulations again on it. And where can people sign up for the newsletter?
Uh, www.thesouksecrets.com. Um,
Yeah.
the
And it's
link
two
straight
U's.
away.
It's
Yeah.
SUUK, right? Right?
SOUK.
Oh, SOUK. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what,
The
sorry.
Souk,
The
SOUK, secrets,
Souk, right.
secrets.com. Yeah.
Secrets.com. And you should check it out. I mean, there's so much that we could talk about in terms of, culture and business. But for this first conversation, and I hope you'll come back. I would love to have you on. I don't know
Definitely.
where my travels will take me this year. I am still holding out hope, as I had mentioned to you, that I would get to Dubai sometime in the spring.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But regardless, I would love to carry this forward a little bit. But just I think a good final thought that you might add is advice to young entrepreneurs and founders in general. Because number one, not only do we have fortunately a lot of younger entrepreneurs that listen, but also that anyone who's building their own brand, building their company, um, as a consultant, as a service provider, as someone who's sharing wisdom and help. There are always some challenges that come with something new, starting something new, and in today's world, and you're doing both of those things. What is some advice that you could leave our audience with?
Um, Now, I will share some of the realizations of my very own experience, Hirsch, and I
Yeah.
hope your audience could relate to those because I believe it's going to be something that would save them time and hopefully help them to advance. And this is what we do when we go through an experience, we guide and protect others from going through the same thing for them to win faster. Number one, um, you set your value with the value that you give to others. So don't hold back. Don't come from a place of scarcity, lack, or fear of competition. The more you give, the more you share, the more things are going to go positively in a way that is so beautiful, so rewarding, even if it will take time. Patience is a very um, valuable currency that not so many people have. We are in a time now in our lives where everything has to happen almost in a blink of an eye, and building business is not that at all. There will be setbacks, there will be challenges, there will be failures, there will be hurdles, but they are only there to help you, to shape you, and to refine you to your better future self. It could go really dark, like you appear at your best where things are going at their worst.
Yeah.
You show up at your best all the time because you don't know when the right opportunity is gonna knock the door, and you better be ready mentally, spiritually, and in terms of knowledge and experience. Not now, I'm yet to learn. No, no. Opportunities don't wait. It expects you to like grab them or regret them. And last but not least, um, lift someone who needs your help um, for you to grow together. There are some people who are not meant to continue the journey with us, but those who have been with us, supporting, cheering, believing in us when we grow, I personally see it that it's a duty and a sort of giving back to lift others because this is how we grow. We help them shine, and both of us are going to shine brighter together. So, this is how we create a movement for progression to an entire society that is there to serve.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Taqua Malik, for being on the show, for, in the communities that we share, building this friendship is wonderful as well.
Absolutely.
Um, I just feel that you share things with such sensitivity toward others that that it is, I think, a kind of a contagious, behavior. Yeah, and we need that so much in our world. We will say things like that. Oh, we need so much more love in the world today. We need so much more kindness. And I've heard that my whole life. The world needs more love. So I think it's a pretty much a constant state of affairs. But I think the idea of lifting others up and giving other people of our knowledge freely and unselfishly is such a great message for business and of course it's a great message for humankind, but it's a great message for business as well. And I especially international business. And I really appreciate your coming on the show. And I am excited to see what happens with FreedomVisory and how it grows and how it evolves. Thanks so much for coming on.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure, Hersh. Thank you so much. It was a beautiful conversation. Truly appreciate it.
All right.
If you liked the show,
Yes, and
it worked for you,
yes, then
subscribe and leave a
yes, friend.
5-star review.
Yes, friend.
Tell all your friends.
Yes, friend.
Get your branding here.
Yes, friend.
Get your branding here.
Yes, friend.
Did I make it clear?
Yes, friend.
Get your branding on
Yes.
before they're gone.
Yes.